Justice James Omotosho understands the Nigerian legal system and the role the federal government of Nigeria is playing to ensure the continued incarceration of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in DSS detention. They understood they have no case against Mazi Nnamdi, no evidence that could nail him, that could make them argue their case logically and eventually be decided in their favor. And the only thing they will want to deploy is the delay tactics to continue the case indefinitely. Reason why Justice James Omotosho came straight that, look, I'm presiding over this case. I wouldn't want anything that would tarnish my image or my reputation. Well, let's grant him the benefit of doubt as one of the Nigerian legal practitioners, in as much as the confidence, the public confidence about the reputation of the Nigerian legal system is dragged to the mud. But then Justice James Omotoso is saying, I'm going to stand up straight. I'm not going to compromise because I have an integrity and a name to protect. Well, Justice Omotoso clearly made it known to them, look, I'm not going to condone or accept any delay tactics to indefinitely prolong this case. I said I'm going to have a speedy trial. I'm going to expedite the trial, but now it is 3 months down the line. So I wouldn't want to entertain any further delay tactics, having spread out 6 days for the Nigerian government to submit their witnesses to act before he could turn to the defendant. If failure to do that, he said he's going to strike out their case. Well, having known what is on ground, maybe the Nigerian Legal Council or the Legal Council to Nigerian government might possibly devise any other means. I mean that the courts might be going for recession or break any moment from now. He said he don't want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to remain behind the bars, isolated from his family, from his loved ones, without determining the case. That even the UN only allows 15 days of solitary confinement, but that has been grossly violated. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is now spending close to 5 years. His trial has lingered beyond 10 years, more than a decade. So, what is the need of deploying the strategy of indefinite trial or trying to defer the case in order to buy time? He has warned the federal government council or team to brace up, take opportunity of the 6 days that was made available for them to put their acts together if actually they have anything against Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or if there is any other witness they may want to present, they should summon them up and eventually prepare their case. Otherwise, there will be no room to entertain any technicalities that could possibly extend the case beyond reasonable or beyond speculated time. Well, let's believe that Omotosho is committed to his statement of position, whatever be the case. Now, let's consider the partly what transpired in the court case. After that, I will now make my position known. For the DSS to deny the involvement in the extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is quite laughable, is mischievous, and an act of irresponsibility because there is nothing that could happen in Nigeria without the knowledge of the DSS, claiming that they're only concerned about Of course, the home-based intelligence and the rest of them is a lie. Who handed over Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to the DSS? He has been in solitary confinement of the DSS for barely 5 years, and you're telling us you are not involved, you are not aware of his extraordinary rendition. Is it a denial of the reality, or could there be any other thing more than this? It is unacceptable by any responsible and sensible individual or a nation. It makes Nigeria to become more or less a mockery to the community of nations. How could a whole reputable, whole robust system, intelligence outfit like DSS claim such? It is quite unfortunate. And being that the DSS witness or personnel who were arraigned to testify or witness against Mazen Namdekan, why should they in the first instance be masked? These are not individuals, these are not civilians. If you claim at the point of your duty, you are sure and certain of what you want to testify. Who should you be afraid in dispensing or discharging your duty? It is quite suspicious. And of course, we are not surprised with the development, because if the people who claim to be witness are not in the know, they lack the basic rudiment or understanding of the what the case of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is, or what really has transpired. By their response, I don't know, I don't know this, I don't know this, I'm not responsible for this. Then who have compelled you to come and witness what you don't know? Well, that is a very important and interesting case, honestly, as we proceed. Well, with this having been well spread by Justice James Omotosho, who believe he wants a credible and transparent, of course, proceedings and judgment to be determined to enable him facilitate the case, the court case. Well, let's believe and granting some element of doubt. Whatever be the case, we'll get to know in details as the case has been, of course, adjourned to 28th to 29th this month, 6th, 16th, 18th, and 19th of June. Now, eventually, possibly, uh, something could come out of this. Whatever be the case, we remain, of course, in tune, crossing our T's and dotting our I's to see what comes out of this. But it is clearly from this transcript or what transpired in the court that the DSS, the Nigerian government, has lost the case already. They have nothing to present or against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Reason why the case has lingered. Of course, no wonder the appeal court, in her wisdom, set aside all the count charges against Mazen Nnamdi Kanu on the 13th of October 2023. More than 2 years ago, the Nigerian government was defiant or failed, or more than close to 3 years ago, was defiant and failed to implement the decision of seven juries panel that was set to examine the case and make their ruling. It is quite unfortunate that Nigerian government could not even have regard or comply to the rulings of its own court of law. It's a gross violation, and it is quite ridiculous that in a democratic setting that such could be the order of the day. If it were to be military, we say this is military, they break the law, they suspend the constitution. But unfortunately, the democratic system entrenched has no regard for the constitution, and is quite worrisome. Now, let's see what transpired. Of course, as the court went on, as the court commenced, this is the transcript of the cross-examination, which continued. Now, transcript of the cross-examination of the witness that was in the bus, the second witness. Now, the defender has to make this. Has the defender has the defender international passport been in your custody? The person you caught. What happened to his international passport? Has it been under your custody? They say, I don't. The witness replied, I don't know. It is quite unfortunate. Has the defendant traveled abroad? That is the cross examination from the defense counsel to Nnamdi Kanu. Now, the witness said, he told me he has been to many countries. Now, this is a man you proscribed terrorists. If he has been to many countries, what the countries he has visited, what is the report concerning him? Now, of course, I know there is reason why the defense counsel was putting these questions to the witness. He said, I don't know, as usual. Okay. He, he said he told me he has been to many countries. Now, the defenders went on with that.